So today I'm here with Peggy Ann Brandon, attorney at law and a partner in the law firm. Peggy Ann, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous.
Fabulous. So you have been a professional for as long as I knew you, and I've known you a long time.
That's true. Oh my gosh, yes.
So, but today I want to take you way back to when you were little Peggy, or whatever your parents called you when you were small. Who were you as far back as you can remember?
Okay, as far back as I can remember, I have always been a very adventurous child. Born and raised in Suriname, I enjoyed the outdoors, camping, going into the interior, developing survival methods and skills, learning to cook, learning to fish, clean the fish by the river, put it on a stick, roast it over fire. So from a young age, those things basically shaped me. I come from a large family, although my household was only consistent of 3 people, my parents and myself. But the entire family was very tight, and we did a lot together. So my adventurous streak comes from very early days. I am talking about 4 years and up. Learning to cook and survive any condition, I would say, goes back to the ages of 7 and up. I believe my entrepreneurial traits were developed very early on. My parents used to give me $1 a day to buy something in school to eat.
Okay.
And your girl used to make her little sandwich at home and save that $1.
Nice.
And so it started from young with me. And what I pride myself on is that going into my teens, I remember I used to save that money that I had saved. I would buy a ticket and I would go to Miami and do shopping and come back home and sell the stuff and make a little bit of profit. And I mean, as a 15-year-old, I used to travel alone and do those type of things.
Wow.
I travel
So-
alone because I was still underage.
Yes.
I mean,
So as a teenager, you were like this little entrepreneurial teenager.
yes,
then.
yes. I was,
Okay.
out there doing my little thing. Then I started in later years when I went to study. In my study days, I did everything I could do to support myself. I worked as a babysitter, cleaning people's homes, cleaning the police station. That's a different story.
Okay.
I worked for a groenteboer, how do you call it? Somebody who sells vegetables.
Vegetables, yeah.
I started teaching aerobics classes, dance classes. And then I moved on to cooking food, selling food. And there was a period in time when things were really rough in Suriname, and doing those jobs and making that little bit of money enabled me to send stuff home to my parents. So you feel accomplished. You
Right,
feel good
and you
that you
feel
could
very
do
empowered.
something. Yes,
Yeah,
to do something. So that's basically who I
Okay.
was to who I am
Yeah,
today.
as a teenager. So imagine yourself, if you were a teenager now with the internet and all the options that teenagers have now, and compared to the limited things that you had back then and what you were doing, who do you think you'll be now growing up as a teenager?
I would be literally unstoppable. The technology that is now afforded, you can basically be an entrepreneur from your home. You don't have to do a major investment to make money or to make a difference in the world. And if I had those means today, like if I was a teen today, not only would I always did well in school, but I would be excellent in school. I would have much more time to be the entrepreneur that I believe I should have been. I would have acquired more, and I would have been on a much higher level than I am today.
Okay.
I just believe that kids nowadays have a wealth of information. They have tremendous resources
Opportunities.
and opportunities that,
untapped. Just
exactly, that we didn't have.
Yeah.
And I'm often very surprised that too much time is wasted on the telephone, the TikToks, and the social media platforms as users.
Yeah, there should be more the content. They should be more creative in their content rather than just viewing
Exactly.
the content.
So
yeah.
I am most often so disappointed that the facilities that are there are utilized as users, and that the knowledge that you can put it to your advantage, and that you can create something of your own and start your trajectory, your career trajectory, that is often it goes unnoticed.
It goes unnoticed. It's just so much untapped opportunities.
Definitely.
And yeah, I'm glad that you actually said that.
I am sure that if you had all of that today.
Oh boy.
Okay?
I mean, you read my book, right?
Exactly. With all that you have achieved already, imagine what you would have done.
Yeah. If I was a teenager now, I would be exploding.
That's why I said I would have been unstoppable.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So you've been an attorney from ever since I knew you. And so with that career, and you have done great. I mean, you were a partner in a law firm, you were president of the Chamber of Commerce, you've been part of so many different organizations. Is what you do now, do you still consider it you coming to work, or is it you living out your dream? Because that's definitely what I'm doing now. I'm just, I go hiking, I go to eat, I interview people.
I would like to reach that stage to live out my dream.
To live out your dream, okay.
This was not my dream.
Okay.
I know that my grandmother from early on used to say, "You're going to be an excellent lawyer," and I was like, really? I became a lawyer out of laziness.
Are you kidding?
That's serious. So my interest was in geology. I wanted to be somebody who would work the fields looking for oil and those type of things. That was my passion. But when I started the study in the Netherlands, the first years, the experiences that I had, the exposures that they gave us were not to my liking. So I got disappointed, and I called my mom and I said, "Hey, listen, I'm not doing this study anymore. Actually, I'm going to open my own restaurants. My vision was always to have a chain of restaurants branded by me, because I believe through food, you always make people happy. And I wanted to make people happy."
Okay.
So my mother said, "Over my dead body, get the piece of paper first, and then you can do whatever you want. But if you don't have a diploma, you ain't doing nothing."
Okay.
So I said, "Well, okay, I'll study law. There ain't much to it anyway." So I went, I did the law course. Up to this day, I have this dream that I never finished, because I don't know how I finished, because I was doing all sorts of businesses instead of studying, but I finished. And how did I roll into becoming an attorney? Because actually I figured I'm going to get a piece of paper, shut up my parents, and go do whatever I want to do. No, your girl came on vacation to St. Maarten, and at the end of the vacation, the late Frederick Fleming was a friend of my mother, suggested, "Would you like to have maybe a temporary job with a law firm to see how it is.
Hmm.
He knew Duncan, introduced me. So at the end of my 3 weeks vacation, I got a temporary job as an intern. And I'm still here.
Wow.
And
See?
that was in 1992.
For all these years we know each other, I didn't even know that about you.
Yeah, I never left. Actually, my last exams were sent here by the university. I took them at the education department at the time in Ekamini Richardson Street.
Interesting.
I never went to pick up my diploma. As a matter of fact, I sent Duncan to pick it up because
Oh my God.
I was so happy to be in St. Maarten. It wasn't easy from the beginning, but 3 weeks vacation has now translated in a 35-year residency.
Wow. Yeah, because when I came to St. Maarten and you came in 92, I came in 86. And I came for 2 weeks and it took almost 2 years before I left. St. Maarten is one of those places, once you come here, you just make it home.
Exactly.
You know?
Definitely. Definitely.
So let's now.
So it's not my dream.
Isn't that not your dream job?
Okay.
So it's still
But-
work. You come to work every day.
I come to work every day. I am good at what I do. I think what I enjoy most is the interaction with clients. Being able to talk to them, guide them through very rough periods of their lives. That's unfortunate. People only come to attorneys when things go wrong.
Go wrong, yes.
So it's always a stress. But I do believe that that is the part of the job that I do like, the interaction with people, and doing my utmost to get them through a very difficult period and hopefully with a good end result. It doesn't happen all the time. But what makes you feel good about this profession is years after, when I sometimes don't even recognize the faces anymore, people will come up to me and say, you know, you saved my life, you helped me out with the divorce, or you made sure I got my child in a custody battle, and I'm forever grateful and thankful to you. And that is when you realize that this profession has those special perks
Yeah.
that maybe other professions don't have. But it's a rough profession.
Well,
It's
you've
not
gotten
easy.
plenty of thank yous from me as well.
Oh, definitely.
So,
Oh, definitely.
okay, so now here comes the tough question, right? So it's career day, and you were the keynote speaker, you were presenter, you worked in some of the workshops. There's like 140, 150 kids. And just before you leave, you're going to be whipped off. There's a black SUV waiting for you outside. They're going to take you to the airport, and you're heading back to Suriname in a private jet, right?
Wow.
You got that in your head?
Okay. Okay.
What are the last words you say before you walk out the door?
I'm not going to tell children that the sky is the limit. That's too standard and may not heed the results that I want children to have. My last comments to them would be, believe in yourself and trust in your potential. Always seek advice, whether in doubt or not, and always maintain an open mind to ensure that you optimize every bit of information, every exposure, and every opportunity. Never allow your environment to put you down, to discourage you, because you make the environment. The environment does not make you. And I think that is quintessential as a last message to children. Message can be long to make sure that it is impactful, but I would hope that my presentation before would have also stressed how important it is to respect elders, to treat people kind and friendly, even though you will not be treated in the same way, but do unto others as you would have others do unto you. That is what I would want to send them in the world with, because the world out there is unfortunately a negative pit, and if they're not strong as persons, it becomes even more difficult.
Definitely. I always say where you come from should not determine where you end up.
Definitely.
So, thank you, Peggy.
Thanks so much for
your
the
time.
honor of being part of this new phase of your life. I mean, I live vicariously through you. Trying to write a book for the longest while ain't getting to go beyond the 50 pages I have.
Well, if you need any help, you know an author.
Oh, definitely.
I've got 7 books already, so.
I know. So, but I have time to get there.
Thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.